Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about baseball, and I'm here to talk about the World Baseball Classic Championship game in which the United States lose 3-2 to Japan, and Japan claims their third World Baseball Classic title, their first since 2009, by defeating the US. And the run comes to an end. It was simply a game, and I've talked about it with the Astros a hell of a lot, where the other team simply wanted it more. Japan wanted this title more than the United States did, and it showed. The biggest issue that I've griped about with the United States through this whole tournament was they just didn't seem like they wanted it enough. And that's what happened in this game. Japan wanted it more. It's cut and dry. There's not a whole lot to go over. The United States would get on the board first. Trey Turner, his fifth home run of the tournament. Can you believe it? Fifth home run of the tournament. Goes yard in the second inning. U.S. goes up 1-0. Wheels fall off for Merrill Kelly and would load the bases after giving up a run in the bottom of the first. Ground out makes it 2-1 Japan, but that was it for a while. The pitching held up. 3 runs against a team like Japan in the championship game, as I'm getting ready to pull up the numbers. The pitching held up. Merrill Kelly wasn't great. You knew that going into it. I'm not going to sit here and scream or yell about Merrill Kelly falling apart when you knew going into the World Baseball Classic that was the biggest issue you'd have, would be your pitching staff, especially your starting pitching. The bullpen did its job. Lope would come in, Aaron Lope, get out of that inning, give up the 1 run on the ground out, but again, that was Kelly's mess that he got into. Kyle Freeland went 3 innings, would give up 1 run. Was he great in those 3 innings? No, but he got through them. 3 innings of 1-run ball. Jason Adam would come in. That would be terrifying, as he would get a pair of strikeouts, give up 3 walks in that inning. Bednar would go an inning, give up a hit, but that was it. And Devin Williams looked great, as he did this entire tournament. Got a pair of strikeouts in the 8th. Probably would have been Presley in the 9th if you would have gotten there, but they didn't. The title defense comes up short by a run or 2. Kyle Schwarber would hit the other home run in the 8th inning. If I'm not mistaken, yes, the 8th inning, off of Yu Darvish. That was it. The team that had been touted for having the greatest hitting lineup ever assembled, scores 2 runs in the final. It's not the pitching. It was not the pitching. It was the lineup. And you have Paul Goldschmidt, who would go 0 for 4 with a pair of strikeouts. Mike Trout, who would go 1 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. Arenado would go 1 for 3 with a walk. I think the most mind-numbing thing, and it kind of worked because he drew a pair of walks, but it was still just a strange sight, was in the 8th inning. I want to say the 8th inning, maybe it was the 7th inning. McNeil pinch hitting for Tim Anderson. That was just strange. I don't know how you could possibly take Tim Anderson out of this game. I really don't. I don't know how you could not have Kyle Tucker be in this game somewhere. Not pinch hitting for Cedric Mullins at some point in this game, I thought was strange. I mean, Mark DeRosa, I thought the lineup was a bit suspect, but I can't pick them apart. You have the best hitting lineup ever assembled, and they couldn't hit. That's what it came down to. And this is a very strange video, because I don't really know where to go, because usually in years previous, when the Astros have lost in the either World Series or late in the playoffs, I talk about what the future holds for the team. And this doesn't really have that, because there is no future for the team. Not in like there's no future. I'm not saying that to be like a Debbie Downer. That's not again for another 4 years. It's not like, all right, what do you look for in the offseason? Who do you go sign? That's not how this works. There is not another game for 4 years. And it's a bummer to go out like that. I will give Japan its due credit. They totally deserved this title. They went undefeated in the tournament. Japan was ridiculous. Shohei Ohtani played great. This was an incredible performance for him. How beautiful was that, by the way? That felt like a storybook, having Ohtani face Mike Trout for the final out, striking him out. That was just script writers. Pens flaming ink. Are you kidding? And I understand, right? Stepping aside from the fact that I wanted the United States to win for obvious reasons, stepping outside of that box, probably what's best for baseball is for Japan to win it. For an international market like Japan to witness this after they had shattered some records for viewership, 50-some million watching their game, 60-plus million watching their game versus South Korea, I want to say. I understand that outside of my personal, who I wanted to win, this is probably for the best. This tournament was a success for baseball overall. Viewership was through the roof for it. And despite the fact that there were a couple of injuries, this did wonders for the sport of baseball. And having a team like Japan win it all, and more than that, having Shohei Ohtani record the final out on a strikeout while striking out one of the best players, maybe the best hitter, probably the best hitter, actually, in the sport of baseball currently, and one of the top 5 hitters in the history of it. That is a beautiful, beautiful moment. And I can't be that mad. Because at the end of it, this was a phenomenal tournament and a phenomenal week plus of baseball. I don't know how anyone could walk away from this dissatisfied. Unsatisfied. Correct the grammar there. So there's no, in the off season, there's no next season for Team USA because they won't be doing this again for 4 years. Assuming I'm still here making videos in 4 years, I will definitely cover them again. But until then, if you enjoyed the videos I've made for Team USA, you should go watch the Astros stuff that I do, because I make a game after every single video, and I'm not too biased towards the Astros. I try to be entertaining enough that even if you don't like them, you can still enjoy the content. I want to get into other stuff for baseball. I'd like to make some other videos that aren't simply or solely based upon the Astros. I also do some Jets stuff. If you like the New York Jets and want to be depressed about that team, and the New York Rangers, you should go watch that stuff as well. And back to the Astros, I will be back next Thursday for the Astros. Opening day on March 30th at 7:08 Eastern. As the World Series champion Houston Astros kick off their title defense, which hopefully is a little bit better than the Team USA's title defense. Hopefully the Astros actually can repeat. But that'll be a little over a week from now. I'll be back with a video after that, and stream on Friday, the day after that, so March 31st. But until then, that's all I have. So if you enjoyed this video and the little mini-series about Team USA, please consider to like and subscribe. Thank you all so very much for watching. Hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and until the next Classic, go States.